Welcome to another episode of Your Voice. I'm John Balser, your voice for the NRV and surrounding areas.
On today's episode, we have Jay Tucker, Sales Representative for Pest Management Services Incorporated. Welcome everybody to another episode of Your Voice. I am Shane Patrick Cruz, once again filling in for John Balser, who is still out with some health things. Please reach out to him and at least say hi and see how he's doing. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you guys. Today on the episode, we have Jay Tucker with PMSI. Welcome, man. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So before we get into what you do business-wise, tell me who Jay Tucker is outside of business. What are some things that you're into and family stuff and all that?
So I live in Blacksburg, Virginia.
Cool.
I'm a Hokie, went to Virginia Tech, so it's great to be here. This is home.
Yeah, when did you graduate?
Graduated a few years back, 2014, so pretty recent.
Yeah. And what did you graduate with?
Marketing management with a concentration in sales.
Okay, fantastic.
And I'm here now.
Yeah.
It's great to be here. Love the outdoors. That's
Yeah.
who Jay Tucker is. I love being outside. Got 3 dogs, fiance who's moving down here after we get married this year.
Nice. Where is she now?
She's up in Northern Virginia right now in Leesburg.
Yeah.
But she'll be coming down after the wedding.
Yeah, very cool.
So
when
it's
is
an
the
exciting
wedding?
year. 10/10/2020. If I ever forget it, I'll be in big trouble.
We'll be in big trouble if you forget that, man. What kind of dog do you have?
2 Australian Shepherds, and then one's a Chihuahua Terrier mix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And
he's a fun guy.
Comes along. How big is it? Like a bigger?
10
Chihuahua?
pounds.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
little guy.
Does that little guy come with you on the outside?
Oh
stuff
yeah,
too,
he loves
along
the
with big
hikes.
dogs?
Yep, he loves
He's
the
probably
hikes,
better
walking
than
by
the
the
big
water.
dogs, right?
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes, yeah, yeah.
Depends on where we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are some places you like going around here?
We go to the Cascades all the time. Nice,
Yeah.
quick, easy hike. Gets them
Yeah.
tired. Fall asleep
Yeah.
in the car. We do McAfee's occasionally. It's
Yeah.
a little longer,
Yeah,
but they're up for it.
yeah, fantastic.
Dragon's Tooth, most of the local ones.
What are some things, because Jim May was on the last episode and he was talking about, he's a big outdoors guy too.
Oh, yeah.
So he was talking about the things those are pretty close. If you had to take a day trip somewhere, where would you go that's nearby? I'm always curious about this.
Nearby,
Say
Skyline
2 hours, 3
Drive.
hours, okay.
That's probably the 2.5, 3 hour range.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's a really good one. I did that a lot growing up. I was in the Boy Scouts,
Nice.
so I did lots of hiking, camping.
Very cool.
So that's a really good one.
Very cool.
It's close proximity.
Yeah. So tell me how the marketing degree turned into owning your own business.
So marketing degree, the background was sales there.
Yeah.
So sales is the big part of what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Running the office down here in Blacksburg.
Fantastic.
And it's a lot of just building relationships. I don't
Yeah.
really look at it as sales.
Yeah.
People buy people more than a product.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's a lot of who we are as a company, and then them getting to know. To each person, you are the company.
Yeah.
So everyone I interact with, they're dealing with Jay. It's not necessarily PMSI,
Yeah.
but it is PMSI.
And what exactly is PMSI?
PMSI, Pest Management Services Inc.
Okay.
We do both commercial and residential pest control.
Gotcha.
We're also certified in wildlife. So things like bats, skunks, possums, snakes,
Yeah.
and then your general insects and termites. So
Now,
we
how
do a
does
little bit of everything.
someone get into that?
So PMSI was actually formerly a client of mine in my last job.
Oh, nice.
Met them. The owners are the greatest people
Yeah.
you'll ever meet. Care a lot about their employees. It really is a family. It's 3rd generation family-owned company.
Nice.
So PMSI has been around for over 30 years.
Yeah.
But they care a lot about the people that are there and the communities that they're in.
Yeah. And so why did you decide to get into that and back into this area? Did you, after school, did you say you moved away and then came back?
Yep, I moved
Yeah.
away. I was up in the DC area
Yeah.
and was ready to come back here. Couldn't happen
Yeah.
quick enough.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Everyone down here is just so pleasant.
Yeah.
Not that not everyone up there isn't, but
Yeah.
it's a great place to be. It'd be a great place to raise a family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Down the road. The
Yeah.
opportunity itself was great. I get to see the impact I'm having on people. I've gone to people's houses that asked if they should get a hotel for the night because they didn't want to go in
Really?
until we helped them with the problem they had.
Wow.
So it's kind of cool that, some people's most sacred spot is their home.
Yeah.
Most people.
Yeah.
So the fact that you actually get to go in there, interact with those people, and help make their home space safe again.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool seeing that impact and hear people's stories, how long they've been in the
Absolutely.
house, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's
So
really neat.
speaking of stories, I'm sure you've been asked this plenty of times, and you probably know where I'm going with this. What is some of the crazy stories that you have on the job? Do you have anything, or do you have people that have crazy stories that you
Yeah.
heard?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you talk to some of our technicians that are out there in the field
Yeah.
taking care of the problems, I go out there and I see them, and then I send someone else to
Oh,
take care
nice.
of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Very cool.
I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff. I've gone into a crawl space, 50 plus snakes in it. That was the one thing coming in.
Not me.
I did not like snakes,
no.
but now I've seen so many that it's like, oh, there's another snake, and just keep going. But
No.
all kinds of snakes. We've seen bees inhabit a hole behind the drywall, so they're basically from the floor to ceiling behind a drywall. They've made a hive.
Yeah.
They're coming from the outside, and then finally, if they break through, I mean, that's hundreds of
Whoa.
bees in houses. So
Yeah.
we see some pretty interesting stuff on a daily basis.
Now, is there anything that's different about you guys from typical pest control, or maybe the way you handle it, or how you go about the process?
We're very different in just our approach with everything.
Yeah.
We really do see our clients as our friends and our family as well.
Yeah.
We see the same people over and over again. We like to have routine technicians go into the same house.
Very cool.
So they get to know the house, they get to know the person.
Yeah.
We have technicians that'll go to people's house and they'll help walk their dog, or they'll bring the mail in for them if it's an elder person.
Oh, nice.
So we really go above and beyond with that.
Yeah.
And then from a service standpoint, we really do things a little differently. We include stuff like, rodent extractions, where they're, some companies will charge you a separate fee to, caulk and foam
Gotcha.
around the exterior of the house where rodents are getting in. We include that in the normal service because, we're trying to protect your home turf from critters that are outside.
Yeah.
So a lot of services others might charge you for, we actually include complimentary, depending on what it is.
Fantastic. So I want to get into a couple of quick fire questions.
Let's do it.
And we didn't preface you with these, so don't think about them too much. But very first one is, what is your greatest fear?
Probably heights.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
terrified.
me too, man. Super terrified.
Yeah, if I ever have to go on a roof for, bats are getting in or birds in the chimney or something, going up the ladder, a little shaky.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, probably heights.
Yeah. What's weird is I want to go skydiving.
That doesn't, mesh with heights too well.
I know, but I figure, like, what's the best way to get over something you're afraid of? Might as well just hit it. Yeah, exactly. But I'm so afraid of heights. I remember going to one of the IMAX where they have the space station one, right? Yep. So they had the space station video at the IMAX theater, and during that video, they go outside of the station and they're looking straight down. And, it's 3D and it's immersive.
Yeah.
I had to take my glasses off and not look at it because it freaked me out that much. You're probably just as bad as Okay. All right. Second thing is, if you could put anything on a billboard not related to business, what would it be?
Probably just the word love.
Yeah. Why is that?
I feel like this world has gotten to a point where, it isn't as prevalent as what it might have used to be, and people aren't really caring about other people. And I think, everything stems from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
First thing that came to my mind. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a third one. I wasn't going to ask you this, but if you were to think of the word success, who or what comes to mind?
The word success.
Yeah, if you were to think of the word success.
I think I kind of will tie it with a quote,
okay.
Which a lot of people, they ever talk to me, I'm big on quotes, and I have one that I kind of live by. And I think that's what success is. The quote is, influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. So at the end of the day, it's all about giving back. So success to me is, I'm just one person. If I can help influence 2 people, that's more than me as an individual.
Yeah.
2 people can do more than me in this world. So if I'm, influencing other people in some way, that's more than I can do by myself. And at the end of the day, that's going to make the world a better place.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. I think, too, that's probably helped you guys in business as well, because especially nowadays and in a place like Montgomery County, you really have to be value driven as opposed to sales driven, right?
Yep.
And if you're not providing value to your clients and you're just trying to sell them something all the time, you're just going to lose that business altogether.
Yep.
And you guys seem to do a great job about providing value as opposed to just trying to get a sale at the end of the day.
Right. Provide
Yeah.
more value than the actual cost that's coming to you.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Last thing, if you had 2 or 3 tips for people for pest control in their own home and area, what would they be?
Right off the bat, the first thing I think of, because it is winter, that's when
Yeah.
a lot of times people are seeing rodents coming into their house.
Right.
These little mice that are out in the fields that are trying to work their way in.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times if you do small things like, you know, sealing up a hole that's bigger than your pinky, a lot of it's structural. If they can get in something a pinky size, they're going to find their way in.
Gotcha. So just walking around the house and just
Walking
kind of
around the
visual
house,
inspecting.
caulk, foam,
Yeah.
do visual inspection.
Okay.
They can actually run up a brick wall, so even if it's a little high, yeah, if you go
Oh,
YouTube,
whoa.
mouse up brick wall, you'll see them running up.
That's not a video I want to see. I don't
Yeah.
think.
but
Maybe it is a video. I need to
Caulking
see.
up anything on the exterior, not only is that going to help with rodents in the winter, but other insects that could get in during the year.
Okay.
If you're storing stuff like grass seed, bird food in your garage, put it in a container instead of on the ground. They'll smell that. They'll want to get in.
Gotcha.
The garage door's open. They'll get in. They'll hide. Then they'll go feed on that, and then they'll find their way into your house. So just keeping stuff like that sealed up is important for the winter time. And
Gotcha.
rodents, that's the main thing you're seeing.
Sounds good. What's next? What's another one?
Another one, inside of your house, just make sure you're not leaving food out. You know, if you have a mess, spill a soda, something like that, make sure to clean it up. If stuff gets inside, they're looking for same thing human would.
Yeah.
Shelter, food, water, warmth this time of year. So,
Makes sense.
cleaning up any food sources. Anytime you have a spill, you drop in cookies in the couch or something like that, just clean it up. It will really help. It goes a long way. You might
Yeah.
not think about it, but little stuff, you bring something home from work or the grocery store, if they're not having a good food source,
Yeah.
that'll help a problem.
Yeah. Fantastic. Anything else that we have not covered that you would like mentioned?
I don't think so. I mean,
Cool.
easiest way to find us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be my next question.
Awesome. I figured
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah.
That's the only other thing.
Yeah.
Easiest way to find us is through our website.
Okay.
It's mypmsi.com.
Okay.
The reason it's my PMSI is because we want it to be about you. It's your account with us. We're helping, at your home, your restaurant, your business, whatever it might be. So that's why it's mypmsi.com
I like it.
versus just PMSI.
Very
we want you
cool.
to take ownership. It's yours.
Absolutely. Jay, thank you so much for your time. man.
Yeah,
Really
thanks for having
appreciate
me.
it. See you guys.